Okay, so find your seat and settle in. You might check with your posture. We're going for relaxed and alert, upright but not stiff. Shoulders can be relaxed and open. Hands rest where they will. And your head resting at the top of your spinal column, held up not by muscles but simply as an artifact of alignment and balance. And then, when you're ready and comfortable, close your eyes. Take a moment to tend to the immediate and direct experience of your body sitting here and now. You might find those points of contact where your body meets the world, like the contact between your ass and the chair or the floor, the soles of your feet and the ground. Feel the weight of your body pushing into the support below you, resting there. And you might bring your attention to your face, or rather to the experience of having a face. See what you find there from the inside. As it, you might scan from the top of your head, down your forehead, across your eyes and your nose, your cheeks, your lips, your chin, your neck. And see if you can lean in with your attention closely enough until the outlines of your face disappear. And what you're left with is space, and plenty of it. Our practice for today is so simple that borders on trivial. We are simply going to breathe one breath at a time. Now, this simple instruction, this simple attentional structure is actually the seed to everything. This is how we train to meet experience moment by moment, one thing at a time, without clinging, without rushing, without sort of skipping ahead to the next one. One breath at a time. When you go to find your breath now, see if you can do so instantly, immediately, without too much searching or planning or fanfare. Just go to your breath, rest your attention there instantly, and see where in the cycle of the breath you arrive. Did you meet your breath at the beginning of an inhale, somewhere in the middle of an exhale, or at the end, or in that space between an exhale and an inhale? Try again. Find your breath, but without anticipation, without waiting and preparing for the next one. Just go to your breath as it is right now, and see where in your breath you arrive. And it's almost as if you were watching a movie and you left the room to get the popcorn. The movie keeps running, you forgot to press pause. In much the same way, your breath is running still. It never stopped, not really. Probably not for very long since you were born. But your attention wanders, goes out, and then comes back with the popcorn trying to work out where in the scene it had arrived. Play around with this for a little bit longer. Rest your attention on your breath, and every time you notice that you have wandered, distracted by a sound, scratching your nose, or carried away on a train of thought, gently bring your attention back to the raw sensations of breathing, wherever you feel them most clearly, and see where in the breath you arrive. And each time I speak and interrupt the train of thought, simply bring your attention gently back to the sensations of breathing and see where it is that you meet it. The beginning, somewhere in the middle along the way, or at the end. You will notice that each breath has a little cycle of its own, a little life. It appears, it hangs around for a little bit, changing, and then it disappears. And it does this all on its own. And though your attention wanders to different places and does different things, breathing keeps taking care of you and itself. It seems largely not to need you as the doer of deeds here. And so when you find yourself wandering, and you return to your breath, and you see where you arrive, notice too the changing in the contents of your awareness from thinking about whatever it was that you were thinking about, or hearing me, to breath, somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the beginning, or somewhere in the end. And see if you can follow your breath through these phases from the very beginning, as it appears in your awareness, seemingly out of nowhere, all the way through its cycle of changing from inhale through to exhale, and until it disappears and is gone. Appreciate this life cycle of a breath, for this is how everything is. Every single experience that you have and have had appeared, hung around for a bit and changed, and then disappeared and was gone. Follow your breathing like this, paying special attention to this appearance and to its disappearance. You might try to note and label the disappearing of breath specifically, such that each time you notice that your breath has disappeared and ended, simply say to yourself, gone. You could perhaps extend the pause between the exhale and the next inhale just a little bit to make this every single breath appears, hangs around and changes for a little bit, and then disappears and is gone. It appears out of somewhere, and it disappears back somewhere. This is the nature of impermanence of your breath and of all experience and of all things. Everything appears seemingly out of nowhere, hangs around, changes a lot, constantly, and then disappears and is gone. And each time you notice that your breath is gone, note it and label it gone. Most of us tend to have a hard time noticing and appreciating this gone nature of things. We have a hard time noticing and appreciating the changing nature of things, or generally the impermanent nature of things. But it is a fact that every experience you have ever had, every thought, every feeling, every emotion, every pain, it has all appeared, it has all hung around, and all of it has gone. Other things have popped up, of course. Sometimes memories of the things gone, but the memory is not the same thing. A memory also appears, hangs around and changes, and then is gone. Notice, gone. We tend to find ourselves arriving at experience somewhere in the middle, not noticing their appearance so readily, and then feeling as if they've always been there and always will be there, and always solid and unchanging, or changing too much. And then we're already in the next experience, and maybe already in the one ahead of that, leaning, rushing, not noticing that where we started off, that experience was gone. It's no longer there. Notice, gone. And so, as you follow your breath, see if you can catch it as it appears in your awareness. Stay stay with it through the cycle of change. And notice when it disappears and is gone. One breath at a time, and one thing at a time. As we bring this to a close, you might open your eyes when you're ready, move around a little bit. And before you get up to go and do your thing, see if you can remember to notice gone at some point through your day. Perhaps in the transitions, as you go from doing one thing to the next. Notice that things end, other things show up. Notice gone. And see if this slows things down for you a little bit, so that you may attend to your life one thing at a time.